Have you ever played a game where you were up a piece, but were struggling so hard that it just annoyed the living daylights out of you? Well, I just came back from the morning over the board chess competition, and I had one of them games. Yeah, so let's show you what happened. I'm playing with white, and let's see if everything's working. Yeah, okay. So I go for the Jababa London setup if my opponent lets me, and he does. Beforehand I was kind of thinking that maybe he isn't so aware of the Jababa London setup, and I was right. Even though he managed to get out quite nicely out of this mistake, because he with a double knight out with the Jababa London with the d4 with the d pawn to d4, it's asking for a fork. Hang on. I'm not seeing the. I'm not seeing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's a mistake indeed. So now I'm looking at this pawn and forking the king and the rook. The only good move is this. There's two ways to capture it, either with the pawn or with the bishop, as I did. I find this more forcing, because if you do with the pawn, he can actually attack your bishop. I think, yeah, if you go here, you attack your bishop. So, and this, yeah. So quite often they move the knight over here, or they move it back here, and you can grab this pawn with your queen, and yes, then we can recapture, but then you win the queen back with a fork and you're up 3 pawns. I did consider doing it, but at the end of the trades he'd be getting this central pawn. Yeah, so I didn't do it. I didn't go for the queen sacrifice. Stockfish says I should have. Well, should have. Would have been the best way to go about it. So just show you what would have happened. Take. Best places here, because otherwise you're going to get into a check again. And you grab this pawn, then I'm up 3 pawns, but then you could grab this pawn. And yeah, it's just 2 pawns, and I wasn't quite happy about that, so I thought let's first defend this pawn, but yeah, so then he pushes me away and this whole tactic is gone. So this is so maybe he was aware of this Jababa London setup, or he was just good in figuring out what is the least bad option. I did consider this, going in for a check, but then I thought, like, he just grabs me and I take, and then he wins back the pawn. I mean, that would have happened, wouldn't it? Check, take, and we're all equal. So I didn't quite like that. So I retreated my my knight here. So when the dust settled, I think he quite nicely dealt with the threat. So now he's just 1 pawn down, but then he made a mistake. And if you're not quite sure why, just pause the video and see if you can find out. Obviously with pushing this knight you take away 1 square from the knight, so now he can't go there, he can't go there, he can go there, but then you're just losing a pawn for a knight. You can go there, win a pawn, or there, win a pawn, and make me not being able to castle. So Yeah, but Stockfish actually doesn't recommend this. I'm not quite sure. Maybe because I'm not quite sure. So now it's just a free knight, and I wanted to develop this pawn anyway to free up the squares for my bishop. So this didn't bother me, and I didn't want to take the pawn right now and invite the queen into the party. That felt a little bit scary to me. So I developed the bishop first, and then he made a mistake, and I didn't see it. It's not a huge mistake, but I could have checked, and he would not have been able to castle. But I was more worried about can I find a way to convert my advantage into a winning game and not allow him to have any counterplay. Because obviously now with his queen lined up and his bishop lined up, and his bishop is eyeing this pawn, it is still very, my position is quite vulnerable, even though I'm up 2 points. Now he castles, so I take the pawn. Yes, well aware that he's either gonna bring out his rook or his queen into the party. So he brought his rook into the game, but now I mean like everything is eyeing at my my queen. This is very scary. So I'm up a piece, but it didn't feel like it. And this is a blunder, and I'm not quite sure why it is a blunder, because I did actually look at if I go here, I'm obviously taking one defender away from the knight, and Stockfish says like he can sacrifice his bishop, but he still can't get my knight. Okay, now yeah, so he can put pressure on the pin piece, but now I can, for example, okay, let's not get, if I move here, this pawn is still defended twice. It'd be a bit tricky. I could also go here maybe, or here, so that leaves 3 defenders to this pawn, maybe here. But Stockfish actually says like I'm down now in this position. I'm like half a point down. There was 2 points up, but I'm up 5 points. 5 points, and Stockfish still says I would have been worse off in this position. Maybe because it can exchange 2 rooks for a queen and a, yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, he didn't see it. He could have just taken it, and actually I wouldn't have to. Yeah, probably would have had to take it, and then it's like a queen and a bishop against. Oh yeah, that would have been quite bad actually. So I did see it, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. But I could have also maybe just gone here. No, fork. Okay. Whoa. Well, my opponent wasn't that good. Neither was I, apparently. No offense to my opponent or to me myself, but we're not at this level that we're seeing all this kind of stuff. So yeah, he didn't see this sacrifice, and maybe I wouldn't have taken it, and he would have just won himself a pawn, and I'm still up a piece for a pawn. Anyway, yeah, still the same story, which he didn't see. Now push away the bishop, sacrifice a rook for a nice tactic. not seeing it because I'm 4 points up. So not too sure about that tactic. But he stepped behind the pawn. Yeah, there were a couple of ways about it. I mean, he could have pushed the pawn. Okay. Anyway, so he didn't. Yeah, we both didn't see quite a. Hang on. What's happening here? All right. Okay. Yeah. So I took the pawn. He took the rook. I recaptured. He gave a check. I blocked it. And if he would have decided to say step out, I think it's. He said it was a mate in one, but apparently it isn't. Because he can block. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. He thought it was a mate in one, so he decided to trade off the rooks, the queens, which I was really happy about. And now I considered a few moves. The move I didn't do was go here. Stockfish actually thinks this is the best, but then I thought like he can capture, and I have. Oh, I could just recapture and not double up my pawns. Yeah, so that would have been good. That would have given me an advantage of 5.5 points. I didn't do this. I went for this, which is the second best option, I think. And we're kind of forcefully trading down because obviously I'm looking at the rook behind it. And I thought maybe he can pressure me out. But then I can just take, he takes, I take. Yeah, that would have been a rook versus 3 pieces. That's quite rough. So yeah, he did consider it for a while and thought like best option to do is just to capture it. And I thought like if I capture with my knight, which I probably maybe would have been better. Yes, because as you will see, I'm up a piece, but now we're getting into a phase of the game where my knights are actually not doing anything apart from defending each other. But I didn't want to give him any play with going in here. If my rook would still be here and I take here, I thought like maybe he goes here and need to, I don't know. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered actually. But then I thought like maybe he can bring his rook out, and then again I probably should have gone here, could have gone there. Okay, so I was seeing ghosts. Once again. Oh, that didn't happen. And then he was attacking my knight, so I have to defend again. And now he's attacking my rook, so everything is defended. I'm pushing him away. I never realized you could actually go to into behind enemy lines. And I was just looking at this pawn and that pawn afterwards, so I couldn't let that happen. So I decided to go for this one, even though Stockfish doesn't recommend it. Because I thought like this pawn is less important than these 2 pawns, because this isn't actually doing anything. Well, yeah, now I can come in with a check. I did consider coming down here with my rook. Then I thought like, if I go down here with my rook, yeah, okay. I thought like, well, he can take, and then I'm up a knight. Then I'm. But yeah, I did consider that maybe after I captured, he wouldn't have had to take the knight. He could have just moved away and it would have been a rook versus 2 knights. And that would have brought the position down to a draw again. Yeah, so I did consider, but I didn't do it. I blocked the check this way. But as you'll see, these two are just sitting there defending each other, and this needs to defend this square. And my opponent offered a draw a couple of times, and I was like, well, I didn't obviously know that I was 4 points up, but I was a piece up, so I didn't want to do it. But actually it felt like I was playing with a rook versus a rook and a bishop, because these two knights are not doing anything. Let's get rid of the squares. So, oh, hang on. So he brings his bishop over there. I wanted to get out of the pin. He brings down his rook, and I thought like, well, this is all defended. If he checks me, it doesn't really matter. The bishop cannot go here to attack because it's defended by the other knight, and the rook can't take these. So I thought like, grab this pawn and maybe this pawn and promote something and quickly end the game. By the way, these games on the Thursday morning are 1 hour and 15 minutes, no increment. So he checks me, I step out of the way, he threatens to grab this pawn. I thought I can go there with my king, but I just advanced the h pawn to h4, and he checks me. I wasn't quite sure where to go, and then he attacks my rook, and I thought like I can grab this pawn, but then he's gonna grab this pawn and that pawn, and then these two pawns are passers, so it was all a bit tricky. I mean, I'm up a piece, but he's way more active than I am. Even though I'm 3.5 points up still, I really need to I was trying to find a way how to exchange pieces, and this is the moment where I could have forced a trade, but I didn't see it. So if you don't see it just yet, just pause the video and see if you can find out how you can force a trade. So, okay, I'll show you my move. I went here with the rook, and as you can see, Stockfish recommends going here, forking the bishop and the rook. So you can either decide to maybe, I don't know, either step away. Or actually, maybe better, he could have given a check. No, because then I obviously go here. I'm threatening him, and I'm still threatening him. So maybe he then would have gone here, and then I take, and he takes, and the trade is done. Because I was looking for a trade, but I couldn't find it, so I missed this trade. And if he would have gone here, I would have captured his bishop, and this would have been absolutely great, because now I can just leave my rook here defending this pawn and go hopping all over the place with my knight. But I didn't see this trade, unfortunately, and I was getting low on time also. And he kept checking me, and I blocked the check, and I was trying to find ways to trade the rooks. So I thought like go here and bring my rook over here to go for a fork, like attack the bishop, so he needs to capture me and trade off the rooks. But he attacked my rook, so I drop down here. It's defended by my knight, so I try to get a trade. He goes in with a check again, and it goes back. So really trying to find a way how to exchange, but I didn't find the right moves. And I can't move this to here, because then this one is hanging, like this one to here, then this was hanging. And if I move this one here, which he actually did recommend, then I thought like he could come down here, and I wasn't quite sure how to go for follow-up. So now he gives me a check, and now I finally found a way how to get my knights into the game. For now, he checks me. I thought he was going to check me again, but I knew I could go down here, and if he checks me, I can just come here and attack the rook. So I didn't see like a checkmate pattern. I think I was below 10 minutes already at this time of the game. So I was not happy. I was really getting frustrated about how resilient this guy was. And I was really annoyed. And obviously when you're annoyed, you start to be blurry in your vision. So first I thought like, I need to get some play. I need to get these knights into the game. And so I thought like, bring one of these knights over here and then here. And see if we can grab this pawn and get some play. And then he attacked my knight. So actually I can't move away. Because that'd be losing material. And then I offered him a trade again. And didn't want to go for a trade. And this is where I fumbled. This one is attacked twice. But it's defended twice. I wasn't worried about that. But he was looking at his pawn. And I was thinking, no, I have to go all the way back to where we were, go with my knight here, and then bring the other knight here again to protect this pawn. But then under time pressure, and because I was really getting frustrated with not being able to finish off this game, I moved my knight back here to defend the pawn, but that left my knight hanging. I don't think it really mattered, to be honest, even though he's up now 2.5 points and I was up 4 points. This extra knight wasn't doing anything. It wasn't helping out in any way. It was just, they were just defending each other. That was all they were doing. So I don't think it really mattered too much. I stopped notating here, so I kind of did the rest out of how I remembered the game, and it did go on for a little bit longer, but I just skipped a little part where we would just he was checking me and I was trying to avoid his checks, and then I started to walk my king towards the rook. Anyway, so now I'm attacking the rook, so the rook needs to go away, and now he's attacking my knight. And I was thinking like I should probably bring it here, 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 and go for this pawn. And I knew he was going to go here and this pawn. Yeah, so that's what happened. He went over there. Okay, they didn't like that. Okay, well, pretty much like I did, but then slightly different, because I just went here. So he won 2 pawns, and now I'm attacking his bishop, so he needs to move away, which gives me the chance to go here, and I'm not quite sure why maybe he wanted me to, no, it's not, it's blocked, but it's defended. Anyway, so looking at this pawn, because obviously that's a pass pawn, but I've got 2 protectors, defenders, and I was attacking my knight, so I need to get away with my knight. And now we're actually attacking this pawn twice. I think he probably should have pushed it, but then I could have forked the pawn and the bishop. So now he steps. He's looking at my rook. And I was really like blitzing my moves out, and he had way more time than I did. I was down to like 4, 5, 6 minutes at this point, and he still had like 25 minutes or so. So he didn't need to move so quickly, but because I was blitzing it out, he kind of got sucked into the momentum of those quick moves. And I was slamming on the clock, and he was slamming on the clock, and he was moving. And people afterwards said, like, why did you move so fast? You had so much more time than he did. So it's just a free pawn. And now he's attacking my knight. And I thought like, okay, it's 2 against 2. What are the odds? I wasn't quite sure, but I checked and got myself this bishop. He took, I checked, and probably because he was moving also so quickly, he stepped into the wrong direction because he just lost the pawn, which is a crucial pawn. Well, I didn't actually end up getting all these pawns, but obviously with 1 pawn up, I'm up to 4 points again, 4 points ahead. And now he started checking me, and I first went here and then there and then there and then there and then there and there, and then I somehow, I can't remember exactly, but eventually I ended up walking towards him. And obviously this pawn is protected, and then he moved here, and I thought like, oh hang on, I can get a pawn. It isn't exactly the way it went, but obviously now I could see I could just check him, and he did actually move away, and I got his rook and he resigned, and I had 4 minutes on the clock. And yeah, I mean, this is obviously easy to do in 4 minutes, even it's over the board. He probably would go here or something to yeah, see, I still would have to think. I probably push this one first, allow him not to get in, and if he pushes I can just check. So maybe he would have to go here, see if he can get these pawns, and then I can just go over here, and then he goes maybe here. Check, he grabs. Yeah, still would have been quite difficult, I suppose. Go here, and he goes here. Oh, he can't go there. Oh, because the pawn. Okay, so you'd have to go here, and then I'll just push, and then he goes here, and then I have to go here, and then he's probably going for my rook, and then I push, and he's probably go here. Yeah, it still would have to be difficult, but I mean, obviously you can checkmate someone with just a rook. I probably didn't. Yeah, okay. I don't think I would have been able to save that pawn. And now you probably go there. Actually, you can't go there. Ah, and you have to go back. Okay, I didn't see that. And now you can just push the pawn, and you can. Oh no, because then you can grab the pawn. Then you could just go here. Go there. Yeah. I have to abandon the pawn. And then it's just a matter of but then it would have been quite difficult. Can I checkmate him? And then he go there, and then I go here, and then he goes there, and then I go here. Hang on. Yeah, here. And then he goes here, and then I go here. He goes here. I go here. 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 Oh, hang on. No. Here. So only one square, and then it's checkmate. Yeah. So, but that's in 4 minute time. So maybe you should have tried. But he resigned. So that was my game of this morning. Quite rough, being up material, but still struggling to find a way to convert it. So I missed this beautiful forking the bishop and then the rook, forcing a trade no matter what, and that would have been so much easier for me. So that's something to learn for me. I hope you learned something also. And yeah, like the video if you did, leave a comment if you want, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel just yet, and if you want to, hit the subscribe button in the right bottom corner or somewhere here at the end of the video, and that will help me grow my channel. Alright, so see you next time. Bye bye.